I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's irrelevant. You gotta speak with an authoritative voice.
Yeah, I'll pretend I know this. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to MetaTube, and thank you for selling your time and attention to watch this video. If you're watching this, you may be wondering, why on earth am I watching YouTube? I used to wonder the same thing. After some research, we have found some editing tricks that are commonly used and that make it hard to look away. We will now go through them so that you too may start looking away from all of this nonsense on YouTube and you can start living your life. Before I even start on the list, here is where we'd have a word from our sponsor.
Bezos.
It is necessary for most channels to have a sponsor so that they can make money out of YouTube. This way they can make a living in this capitalist dystopia, since universal basic income is still somehow not implemented, but just labeled utopia, as if the world doesn't have enough automated production already. Luckily for you, I already have a job, so I don't need to have a sponsor.
Jeff Bezos.
But this is where I would tell you about somebody's product in such a way that you would feel slightly dissatisfied about not having this product, thus making this format a source of income for me. Or, more likely, you would feel I was just wasting your time and momentarily preventing you from watching what you came here for in the first place. So you just skip ahead to where you think the jump cut. Now comes the obligatory call for you to like and subscribe, so that hopefully you'll start watching more of our content, and YouTube will give me more money for continuing to make you slightly dissatisfied with your life based on the lack of products from the highest bidder on your attention. Starting off at number 5. Now I'll tell you a story to make you feel emotionally invested. Take this man, deeply unhappy, continuously watching YouTube. This was something that could not go on. One day, after having watched a clip from an old TV program from before YouTube's existence, I noticed trick number 4, that people on YouTube talk really fast, and I need to really focus to keep my attention on the content. And at number 3, notice how I'm illustrating this using a B-roll. By switching back and forth between me talking and this image of this poor man sitting in front of his computer, I am keeping your attention. Also, notice number 2, the use of random clips from an old TV show and how slow it seems. Oh, look, a meme! You recognize this. It is quite amusing. References are a very effective way of creating humor and also making it feel as if we have a bond. It cuts across multiple generations. You and I, we both know this meme. We are the same. Up until now, I have used a secret trick, an honorable mention that you may or may not have noticed, the jump cut. To keep up the tempo and to keep movement in the image, we have used one of our honorable mention tricks. The film is edited to make it seem like the monologue is uninterrupted and flows very freely, but the image keeps moving. The camera jumps in and out, moves slowly from one side to the other, all the while the eyes stay in pretty much the same spot. Notice how quickly each of these cuts happen. Now, notice another honorable mention, the sound effects. And we can end this all by adding, finally, at number 1, some music, like a soundtrack, adding some mood to the whole thing, manipulating you, making you feel something, almost as if you were having an emotional connection with someone. And at this point I tell you about how the poor man watches less YouTube now that he recognizes how annoying many of the editing tricks are. At the end, we have a long list of Patreon supporters. This list is too long for me to actually read out loud, even if in this case the list is completely made up.
Please, Whoa!